it's Bedhead Jody here. I don't know if you can tell with this new short haircut, but I just woke up and I'm having my coffee, and I already watched my Sunday morning art to life thing with one of my favorite artists, and Nicholas Wilton. He posts every Sunday morning a little short art insight. Today's was about pricing, and it was really interesting. And I sat right down at the art table with my cup of coffee and was going to put another coat on my current thing. I always try to leave something on the table from the night before so that inspires me to dive right back in when I'm in the mood and physically capable. But I don't know, something, I have no idea if I'm ever going to post this anywhere or not, but I decided, I was compelled to turn the recording on. So I'm just going to record this, and at the end I'll watch it back and decide if there's something to post anywhere. But I don't know. I just really felt compelled to sit here with my coffee and record. And one day I watched back and I could hear myself slurping, and I thought, oh my God, you can't post that anymore. I'm like, screw that. So one of the reasons that I wanted to start recording more often, just all the reasons, is because I saw a YouTube, I watch channels on how to build a channel and how to do a channel, because I want to start becoming monetized. I want to start recording more, uploading more, and get monetized. But I've been like, what do I do? Do I just talk like I used to? Do I just make it about my art? Do I make it about this? Do I make it about that? What do I do, right? And yeah, that's the same color. Okay. And then last night I was watching one of these videos that came up in my feed, in my subscription feed, about one of these channel makers type of channels. It might be even the name of it is Channel Makers, but I don't know if it was that one or a different one. But they were talking about some guy named Sam Sulek, I think his name was. I don't know, something like that. He's a bodybuilder, and they said his channel has leaped from millions. He gained like 1 million followers just recently in the last 2 months. And they said the key to his success with his YouTube channel was that he just goes on like I do. He goes on, just hits record, talks for like an hour every single day, and then uploads it. No edits, no nothing. And I thought, oh my God, that's me. That's what I've always done. I've always just, not an hour, not always. I mean, an hour on a live on my group on Facebook, but on YouTube, I would just hit record, say what I had to say, unedited, and then upload it. That's what I've always done with my videos. It's just who I am. Every time I tried to get away from that and felt like I had to edit it or had to do something, I was being somebody else and not being who I am. And they said the reason he's so popular and has grown so fast is because, and it's not in the videos that have done the best, have not been his bodybuilding that he was starting, you know, his channel about. He said the reason he's grown so fast is it's all the videos where he was walking through the grocery store, just living his life and talking for an hour and just being authentic without editing, without that, because people crave that in this packaged world. And all I thought about was how that's true, because when I first started doing my videos, that's all I've ever done is just turn it on and talk and just be me for as long as I needed to, until I felt I was done saying what I had to say, and then I turned it off, and then I uploaded it, and that's who I am. It's what I've always done, and it's what people always loved, and what got me my first following in the first place. And I was like, really? That's what people really want? And I was like, well, that's all I ever wanted to do anyway, and so why am I still studying how to make a channel and how to get monetized and all this, when this is all I ever had to do in the first place, apparently? So I thought, you know what, just turn on the camera whenever you feel like it, like you always have. Make your darn art and just show people how you do it with epilepsy, with being 53, with having no income, with having no car, waiting on disability. Just tell your story. Just tell your story every day. Just turn the video on, tell your story, and post it. And do that thing you did that one time. That one time at band camp. Every time. There's certain things that I say all the time that my friends already know it's going to come out of my mouth. Anyway, do that thing you did that one time where if it's too long and you have to break it up in pieces for certain platforms, do that. Who cares? So this is the girl I'm currently working on. She's really fun. This is the progress I've made. Last night I already taped off the next section that I'm going to paint in. I don't know what color. But this one I thought, last night I thought I might do, this is like a coral color with blue. I thought I might do coral going horizontally, and now I'm looking at it going, no, that'll be too much of this color scheme. So as funny as that would be to do it opposite, sorry, I had to grab my rag and wipe that blue off my hand. I'll do some funky color. Maybe I'll do snot-nose green. I really keep feeling called to put some snot-nose green on her, but then I was like, oh, but you have the green stem. Now I think it won't be too much green, so maybe it'll be, I don't know, but it'll get something on her. But then I'm gonna do something else on here with another pattern. And yeah, so it's just, this is another one of those. And, and this is getting a border. This needs a border. And I think I'm really liking the lines bordering all the different sections. I'm really liking it. I don't know. This needs a pattern. She's another more is more kind of piece. I'm really loving this. Not being afraid to do more is more is more. So anyway, the blue just needed another coat so it could dry while I sat here. So dry please. I'm really in this more is more phase right now. I added dots last night to these. This one I was having fun pulling out. Oh, that light, that glare from that light is getting to me. Let me grab this. I'm really, where am I? Okay, so I had yellow and then I painted over it, and I have a lot of fun then pulling the dots back out in a different color where I could tell where the lumps were, and I did them in a different color. So anyway, I guess this is all right. I don't need the lamp. I needed it to see what I was doing on her, but I don't need it. And then this one is a piece I did in a hotel. I was in a hotel, and I had a mini art studio, and I just pulled certain supplies. I don't like the pink. It was like this gelato crayon thing. But I was just trying different supplies in my little mini art studio that I set up in a hotel. So I pulled this work in progress out last night on this canvas board. And I just kept going with some dots on this one. I'm just in this whole more is more, make everything super busy. Oh, and then I had these two if I kept going, but I got tired last night and went to bed. And then I didn't go to bed once I was in bed. I was researching on my computer. And then this is another one. I love this distressed look. And this is neat. This is, I have so many works in progress. As you can see, I have like a whole shelf filled with all my works in progress canvases, all the way to there before the soup can. All the canvases and canvas boards in progress. And I have more on the floor under this thing that I'm sitting at. And some of those are this thick canvases, and some of them are this thick canvases, and some of them are canvas boards, super thin. Like right in, just in this, I'm holding, what, 4? So some of them as thick as one of these is actually 4 canvas boards. So you can imagine how many works in progress I have. But it's because you have to wait for something to dry. Like I can't touch her until that blue dries. I see I already got, that must be where I got the blue on my hand, her little pink right there, shining through. Like you have to wait for it to dry before you can do the next thing. Well, I'm sitting here ready to paint, and I gotta wait for it to dry. So now I gotta work on something else. So then that's gotta dry. Like then the other night, I was doing 4 different things. Well, then I did the yellow. Well, then I had to set it over here and wait for it to dry. So then I had to work on something else. And then I had to wait for that to dry. So then I had to wait for something else. And then I checked the first 2, and they were still wet. So then I had to work on a 4th one. Well, the 3rd one dried. That's how you end up with so many works in progress. But what I learned was, for me and my style of creating, I stopped fighting it. Because at first that used to bother me. When I lived in the RV and I didn't have space for that. And when I first started creating, that drove me crazy. Oh my God, how could I have all these works in progress, right? I had to start something and finish it. Guess what happened? As soon as I stopped fighting it and I let that be okay, whatever my process needed to be, let it be okay. I started realizing that if you then bring them out later And first of all, I found out it's really fun to keep starting new projects. Then I found out, then I had a time when you start having all these works in progress and you pull them out later and you don't know what to do with them, right? And I'm going to make a whole video just about that the middle is the hardest. Because it's really fun. It's really, really fun to get this far. But then, okay, what do I do now? Like, wait, which way does this go? Oh, yeah, this goes this way. This is, for me, this is up top. Like, if you had this in your possession, you could decide which way it goes. That's up to you, but for me, this is how this goes. A lot of these, like, abstract-y ones, I purposely, when they are finished, I purposely sign them on the back so that if somebody wanted to decide for themselves which direction it goes or how to hang it, they could. I purposely sign it somewhere in the design so that there's not, like, if you sign it on this corner and then you hang it upside down and my name is, like, up here, you know. And sometimes to someone else they would prefer it this way or this way. And they'd be like, no, I like it this way. So on real abstract-y ones, I don't sign it in a corner. And then even I have to stop and go, wait, which one's the top again for me? But sometimes you get it this far and you're like, well, it's not done, but I don't know what to do next. But it's really fun and really easy to get it this far. So this is like my process because I have to wait for it to dry and wait for it to dry. Now I have 4 different or 5 different projects laying around the studio, all in different stages of completion. Like clearly these 2 were just at the beginning of something. They only have 2 colors on them. They're nothing yet. They're like not even the first stage. The first layer isn't even done yet, okay? These are like dead in the middle now, okay? They're very much right in the middle. Have no clue where they're going, no clue what's going to be hidden. This entire thing could be hidden. Not a clue. It could be like, I hate everything about it. We're going to just gesso the whole thing, start all over again. We're going to like hide so much that it ends up barely peeking out behind a layer of blue. Because that's what happened here. This was like 3 different paintings that I didn't like that I kept doing over and over. And each time I just kept a little bit peeking through. And now it's this super cool distressed background for whatever I'm doing now. And that's what I've learned. But I had to learn that by watching other artists. And this was a huge, huge thing in my journey, is follow as many other artists as you can. And watch their reels, watch their videos, and take as many free classes and watch free videos on technique. There are so many people trying to sell you a $2,000 coaching or classes, and they will give away an hour-long masterclass on color, composition, technique, to get you to sign up for their email. And you can get so much knowledge and classes for free as if you went to college for art. And art is not the only one that does this. Any topic you want to learn, you can learn for free, as deep and wide as you want to learn it, if you're willing to do the work to find it. Currently, I'm taking classes on so many things right now absolutely for free. Because once you start searching for things, the algorithms will keep feeding it to you. So, because I keep going down certain rabbit holes, certain topics will keep coming up to me, and then I subscribe to these people for a week or 2 and have them come up in my subscriptions. And what I do is I'll create a playlist on my YouTube. Like right now, I have a playlist for art techniques. So when a certain artist will come up and in my subscriptions, and like almost everything brand new they put out, I save to my art techniques playlist. So now the algorithm knows, not only does she subscribe, but she saves it to this playlist and goes back later and watches at least the first few minutes. So now it's giving me more in my home feed. When I open the app, it's offering new and different people, even whether they have 500 subscribers, 1,000 subscribers. I will look, I will subscribe to them, I will give them a chance. And so I'm teaching the algorithm. I got to do another video about that too. How to train your algorithm to work for you and offer you new things that you are interested in. Not canned crap that it gives to everybody. Because now I've even trained it to show me older stuff. I've trained the algorithm to bring up videos that are 5 years old, 8 years old, that I will watch it and I will subscribe to these people. And I have one now for sleep to listen to when I'm sleeping. I have one, and then I save it to a playlist when they come up in my feed. And it just, so much to teach, so much to talk about. Anyway, so last night, or yesterday or a couple nights ago, I started again. I'm making a whole bunch of stuff, and I've just got so many in the works now all over the studio and all different ranges. And the hardest part is when I get to the middle. But the biggest thing is just stop fighting it. Just stop fighting what is. Whatever it is you're working on, whatever it is that's going on in your life, the big lesson of the week is stop fighting it, accept what is, understand that it wouldn't be what it is if it didn't need to be that way for you to get what you need out of it. Good or bad, there's a lesson, there's something you need to see, you need to learn, you need to understand. Something is trying to work for you. And as soon as you see that, it will get easier. It'll heal, it'll go away, it'll get better, you'll get what you need to get through it, whatever it is. As soon as you stop resisting it, stop fighting it, be like, fine. I accept that this is what it looks like today. You're not accepting, this is where people make the mistake. You're not saying, I deserve it. Like if it's bad. You're not saying, for example, if you're experiencing abuse or something, get help, get safety, You're not saying, I deserve to be a victim, I deserve bad things. That's not what we're saying. We're saying, oh wow, I had to have this lesson, I guess. Okay, fine, that happened. But we're not going to stay there. We're simply saying, this is where I started on the GPS. This is where my car was parked when I got out of the mall, okay? I'm showing my age, I'm using the word mall. We're simply saying, I got out of the grocery store, this is where my car was parked. But now we're going to get in the car and understand that from this parking spot, we're going to back out and we're going to drive away, okay? But until we accept this is where the car's parked, we can't even find the car to leave that space, right? So you get out of the grocery store and you're like, wait, where's the car? Where did I park? You don't get angry that you parked there. You just go, oh crap, that's right. We had to park way in the back. The parking lot was full. It was a Saturday at 3 and we had to have groceries. It couldn't wait till Monday when nobody was there, Monday night after work, and the parking lot's empty because nobody goes to the grocery store Monday night at 8 o'clock. We had to go Saturday at 3 in the afternoon. So now our car is bumfuck Egypt at the back of the parking lot. And now we get out of the grocery store and we gotta walk all the way to the back and we're crowded in because somebody brought their big RV and somebody else is walking their dog over there, and it makes no sense. Don't ask me why they're walking their dog on that little strip of grass. Oh, it's the RVer walking their dog on the little strip of grass at the back of the parking lot, and I'm trying to get groceries in, and there's that lady with her kids screaming, and oh, why do I gotta be here? We don't do that. We just understand it's our fault. We had to go to the grocery store at 3 o'clock on a Saturday. It is what it is. Fine. We're just going to walk all the way back with these giant thing of groceries. We're going to haul it in, water bottles and everything, into our trunk. And we're going to get in. And we're going to leave and move on with our life. it is what it is, okay? But we're not going to sit in the car and hang out and live in the back of the grocery store parking lot. We're just going to accept that that's where we were parked today, and we'll go, you know what? I bet next time it would be easier to go to the grocery store on Monday night when nobody's there and all the employees have less work to do. And next time I'll go to the grocery store on Monday night and I'll just park right near the front and I'll walk right in and I'll just grab my groceries real easily and it won't be crowded and I won't have all that anxiety because nobody will be in the store. It'll be like me and 3 other people kind of seeing each other across the store, kind of doing that. Yeah, we got this Monday night, 8 o'clock. And the cashiers will be like standing out ready to, I'm open over here. How they stand in front of the candy waiting for you going, come on, I'm ready for you. I'm open over here. And then you go in and they're all friendly and they're practically unpacking your cart for you. And then the bagger, you know, the few stores that still have them are like, oh, I can help you. Remember how it used to be before self-checkout? It'd be like that on Monday night. It's a whole different experience on Monday night. It's like the difference between going to Walmart and going to the fancy grocery stores. Saturday afternoon and Monday night. And then you go out and your car's right in the front and hardly anybody's in the parking lot. Yeah, life can be like that all the time. You just have to stop resisting it. So the minute I decided it was okay, it was totally okay, that this is how I work, this is how I make art, this is how I do it, then I came up with all these different ideas. Like her, I decided it's okay that I was fighting with her for so long. I was fighting with her, I redid her so many times. And then one day I just looked at her and I said, you know what, enough, she's done. She's perfect the way she is, and she's done. And she's beautiful. She's absolutely beautiful. She has my favorite colors and some cute little markings here and there. And you know what she told me? She said her name is enough. Her name is enough. I had this issue I didn't like with what I had done here, and then I found out the perfect thing to do here, right in your center. And one day I just looked at her and she said, enough. And so I always say we, because whenever I work on these, I feel like me and each piece of my art, I say we, because it's the art and me. We come up with ideas together of where we're going. And so we decided, we're done. Her name's, she told me her name is enough, and we varnished, and there you go. You're perfect exactly the way you are. Where you are in your life is perfect exactly the way you are. Whatever you're doing today is perfect on your journey for where you're going. We're always so impatient. We want everything right now. We think we know what we want, and we want it right now. And when we don't get it immediately, we think we're not going to get it. Sometimes we are getting it. Either we're already getting it, or we already have it, but it doesn't look the way we thought it was going to look, so we don't realize it. Or because it came 10 seconds too late, we gave up. And it said, oh, okay. It was literally pulling in the drive. But we're in this room and we can't see the driveway from here. And we said, oh, fine, I didn't get it. And we give up. And it was turning in the drive. And I said, oh, she doesn't want it. All right. And I kept going. Because we gave up. Everything is fine in this moment, I promise. If you are in a safe place that you can sit and watch this video 24 minutes in and hear me speak, I promise everything is fine in this moment and working exactly the way it's supposed to. That is what I've learned in 2023. to save this video forever and watch it as many times as I have to. Because I'm going to need that reminder, because everybody needs that reminder once in a while. But this also feels like a really good one to post next. So, if you happen to stumble across this on my YouTube channel, please like and subscribe, because I'm really trying to get monetized. I'm 53 years old and I've been waiting 2 years for Social Security disability with my epilepsy. And I haven't finished enough of these yet to start selling them and get some income going on. So it would really help me if you'd like and subscribe. And maybe pick one of my shorter ones and just watch it straight through to the end to help the algorithm show me to more people. Thanks, I appreciate you.